Good morning everyone. Today it's January 23rd, Friday in the morning. Yes, 5:45 in the UK, which is 6:45 in Gibraltar, thanks to the an hour time difference, which the UK is an hour behind of Gibraltar. I am taking the train from Leeds to Manchester Airport to catch the flight to Gibraltar. So from Leeds, it's, well, as per ticket says, it's an hour and a half on the dot from Leeds through a couple of stops, then reach Manchester Airport in an hour and a half to obviously to Manchester Airport to catch the flight through the train with Trans-Pennine Express. So we actually left, I think, like 6-7 minutes from Leeds, and should be arriving at Manchester Airport at 9 minutes past 7 to catch my flight from Manchester at 9 a.m. on the dot, which means by the time I leave the station to actually catch the flight, it's less than 2 hours. I know it is a bit rush technically, but this is the earliest train I can book in the morning from Leeds to Manchester Airport. Needless to say, I don't actually live near Leeds station. I have to actually catch an Uber from where I live in Leeds. This morning I think like 25 minutes to reach Leeds station. Thankfully, early morning traffic as usual, calm as you like. Uber driver, very talkative, not talkative, positively engaging throughout the journey, and safely arriving at Leeds station with, I think, like 12 minutes to spare between like the Uber drop-off area and to actually catch the train departs. So yep, that's it. January 23rd, Friday morning. So I will see you later at Manchester Airport in an hour or so. So here's the thing. From Leeds and Trans-Pennine Express, the earliest train to Manchester Airport, there are 6 stops. So we've passed Halifax. Now we are going to Staley Bridge, then Manchester Victoria, Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly, then Manchester Airport. So we are still not into Manchester, but going to the second stop. And you have probably noticed I'm traveling in Trans-Pennine Express first class service, which is in 1-2 configuration. I got the I travel solo, so I got the solo traveler seat on the side, window seat / aisle seat. You get a kind of adjustable, foldable headrest, armrest, a tray table, a universal power socket, and a USB port. So, my apologies. It's actually 2 armrests as well. As you can see, power sockets for laptops and phones beside seats. So you'll probably expect to kind of have like a hot meal service, because they're traveling first class. Unfortunately, when one of the train staff checked my ticket, she informed me because it was too early, and I remembered the hot meal service begin the earliest, I think it's at 7 a.m. if I'm correct. So there's actually no hot meal service, but she offered me some snacks and water, which I'm pretty happy enough, because another plot twist, it's I'm traveling in business class to from Manchester to Gibraltar, which means you get hot meal during the flight and also possibly in the lounge as well. So I don't mind to have these kind of snacks to start with. So for snacks, I got some savory and maybe buttery as well. So the red one, it's buttery cookie, that kind of stuff, and the green one is like a pretzel. And of course, for drinks, as you would expect from the UK, the original British spa town, Harrogate spring water, where Harrogate, it's north of Leeds in north of Yorkshire, where Leeds is in West Yorkshire. So toilet tour after my snack before we reach Manchester Victoria, which is the third stop after Stalybridge, the second stop. So probably because it's first class toilet, or well, it's actually not first class toilet, it's but like, I mean, all regardless of your class status, you can use the toilet anyway. So the toilet itself, it's actually quite big. There are two large mirror, as you can see. If you want to unlock the door, which I'm going to do so obviously when I finish the toilet.
We'll shortly be arriving at Manchester Victoria.
Yes, when you unlock the door, you pull it anti-clockwise.
If you're leaving the train, take a moment to check you have everything with you. Don't forget any bags or cases in the luggage racks or under seats, and retain your tickets as they may be required if exiting this station. Please take care when leaving the train. Use the handrails provided, as the step down to the platform is larger than usual at this station.
Okay, so where you wash your hands probably, okay, not quite anyway. Water, soap, dryer, litter, tissue if you need, SOS if you need to, sanitary, obviously you don't really need to use SOS. If you're traveling with infants, baby changing, pretty usual. I finished my business, so I press the yellow button, F for flush, not for fuck. Okay, that's pretty quick. Obviously, of the vacuum inside the toilet, and then I finish it. Oh, it's actually clockwise to lock. I forgot. Well, anti-clockwise to lock, clockwise to unlock, and then press the button. Open the door.
Lock the door.
And then open the door. Grab the handle like this. Thank you. Around 10 minutes to 8 in the morning, I've already arrived at Manchester Airport, checked in, got my boarding passes to Gibraltar. So what do you mean by boarding passes? So it's actually not a direct flight from Manchester to Gibraltar, although I checked online, you could have flown EasyJet directly from Manchester to Gibraltar. Unfortunately, it's not a daily flight, daily schedule, and today, January 23rd, Friday, there are no EasyJet flight directly from Manchester to Gibraltar, so I have to go via London Heathrow with British Airways, which is the only alternative option. So actually I'm flying British Airways from Manchester to London Heathrow this morning, where this video will focus. Then the next video will focus the connecting British Airways flight from London Heathrow to Gibraltar. So anyway, when you go to Manchester Airport, British Airways counter is at Terminal 2, Zone E. I don't believe there are self-check-in kiosks, so you'll go to the check-in counters as per usual. I'm flying in business, which is called Club Europe, in intra-Europe, your kind of domestic Europe business class. I have access to the priority check-in, which is way shorter compared to Club Traveller. That's what they call in economy for British Airways. I was issued 2 boarding passes, obviously one from Manchester to London Heathrow, then the another one from London Heathrow to Gibraltar, and the staff confirmed my check-in bag will be checked all the way to Gibraltar, so that I don't need to collect and check in again at London Heathrow. then you go through security. So another perk for business slash Club Europe is that you have fast track security, which you have to use only at security east, not security west, where British Airways counter is closer to, but it's just like an extra like a minute of walk. It's, I would say, shorter obviously compared to the regular security going through customs as well. Then for the time being, or another perk for business Club Europe traveller, it's you have a lounge access here at Manchester Airport. Well, unfortunately, technically, British Airways does not operate a lounge here, so they would direct the business class passengers or Club Europe like me to escape a lounge, which is after security, and then the lounge staff will guide you to your designated seat, like where I'm sitting at here. As a solo traveler, it looks like this. So that's part of it. You get some hot drinks, like alcoholic, non-alcoholic food, like cold food, hot food, or like a buffet service. But the thing is, they will not announce your boarding time, so you have to, I mean, there is on the screen, but you have to look at, like, pay attention to your time so that you won't miss your own flight. So that's what I got for breakfast here at Escape Lounge at Manchester Airport Terminal 2. So it's like a hot food with a Danish roll, my kind of self-created DIY English breakfast. You've got baked beans, scrambled eggs, potato, sausages, and tomato, and the hidden bacon as well. So drinks, I got myself a triple mix of blackberry, orange, and apple juice, and flat white from the coffee machine, and also grabbed myself salt, pepper, ketchup, and HV sauce to enhance the flavors as well.
Everyone, in order to maximise the space in the overhead lockers, if we could please ask that you turn any of your large wheel bags on their side, and this will free up space for other bags. Thank you.
So it's now 27 minutes to 9 in the morning. For the time being, I've already boarded the aircraft from Terminal 2, Gate A5, British Airways, Airbus A320-200, registration number G-TTNR, arrive as BA1358 from London Heathrow. I'm flying 1359 to London Heathrow, and my seat today it's 7A, which is a typical economy class seat, but advertised as a business class or Club Europe. The thing is, here they will block the middle seat, so either the window seat passenger like me or the aisle seat passenger will get the middle seat free. But anyways, 7A, it's in the second last row of the business class cabin. You get a tray table. You can move it back and forth. You can't fold it in half. There is a in-flight menu, although hot meal will be served, and also complimentary for business class passengers.
A very good morning and a warm welcome on board this British Airways flight to London Heathrow. To help us depart as soon as possible, please place all hand baggage with a blue label in the overhead locker. All smaller bags must be placed under the seat in front of you. If you're sitting in a front row seat or an emergency exit row, the floor area around your seat must be completely clear for takeoff. Once your hand baggage is safely stowed, please make yourselves comfortable and keep the aisle clear for all remaining customers to join us on board.
And there's a seat pocket for air sickness bag and a safety card. The seat pitch or leg room.
As a reminder, smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping and the use of other smoking devices, is not permitted at any time whilst on board. This includes the toilets, which are fitted with smoke detectors. As the aircraft is currently being refueled, please...
The seat pitch or leg room is 29 inches.
comfortable enough for this an hour-ish flight down to the capital. So where I can put my, under the seat, still enough room to put my jacket and bag. There is a coat hook, adjustable headrest, liftable armrest of course, and USB, not USB power socket, universal power socket to share every two seat. The seat width is 17.7 inches. So that's me today on January 23rd, Friday morning, flying British Airways BA1359 from Manchester to London Heathrow on Airbus A320-200 business class, registration number G-TTNR. Check-in from Terminal 2, Section E, gate boarding at gate A5. I'm sitting at 7A, the 7th row or the second last row of the front row business class Club Europe cabin. Window seat to the left, seat pitch or leg room, it's 29 inches, seat width, it's 17.7 inches.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic and cross-check. Welcome to those of you returning from the British Airways Club and those of you joining from our One World Alliance partners. May I remind you to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you're seated. It must remain securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. When opening overhead lockers, please take care as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. As a reminder, smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping and the use of other smoking devices is not permitted at any time whilst on board, and this includes the toilets which are fitted with smoke detectors. In-seat power is available within your seat area and will be ready for use once the seatbelt signs are switched off. We're about to start our on-board service. If you have a food allergy or would like information on specific allergens on today's flight, please contact any member of the crew. For those of you seated in Club Europe, we will be offering you your choice of meal and drinks from the bar. In Euro Traveller, we will be offering you a complimentary bottle of water and a snack. We invite you now to make yourself at home and enjoy our hospitality. If there's anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let us know. Thank you.
So this is our meal down to the capital, which is served
as soon as the seatbelt sign is off. So before departure, we are already given a bottle of Harrogate water again. Yes, and then for meal it's like a complimentary, but only one single choice, which is a fruit platter. As you can see, it comes with bits of berries, melons, pineapples as well. I believe a Danish pastry, and I think it's like fruit pie, yogurt-ish, something like that. Also, you got a choice of drink as well. I got myself a cup of tea with milk and sugar on my request. Okay, great. I managed to use the toilet for business class Club Europe travelers near the cockpit. So it's, I would say, relatively small because it's like on the front of the aircraft. I mean, but it's pretty like typical ordinary. So you get a coat hook, handrail in case of turbulence, which I feel pretty steady so far. Like the seatbelt sign did not turn on like in the air. If you're traveling with infants, the baby bassinet. Oops. Okay. The toilet, tissues, where you put your bin, tissues extra. Then you get aerial refreshener, I don't know what it is, hand wash, hand balm from the White Company in London, and of course hand wash / moisturizer when you finish the toilet. And then now time to flush the toilet.
Place called Bobby. About 5-10 minutes here before we start the approach into London. Shouldn't mean we'll be landing just about on time, I would say. So landing around about 10 minutes past 10. 5-minute taxi, and should see us on stand around 10:15, which is actually scheduled right on time. Weather in London is just about exactly the same as the weather we left behind in Manchester. Easterly breeze, temperature 7 degrees Celsius, and an okay day, a few clouds around, but that's pretty much exactly the same as Manchester. That's all for me. I'll speak to you again once we've landed into another seaplane.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. It's now 6 minutes past 10 in the morning. We are about to land into London Heathrow. So let's conclude the flight from Manchester down to the capital. My journey begins from home where I live in Leeds. Well, I fly from Manchester, but I live in Leeds, so I have to catch a train from Leeds to Manchester Airport. But I don't live near Leeds railway station, so I have to catch an Uber from my home to Leeds railway station. Thankfully, the traffic, it's pretty good because, like, you know, weekday, early morning, barely like traffic along the way. And then once on board the train left Leeds station and arrived at Manchester Airport pretty much like on time, an hour and a half on the dot. First class on Trans-Pennine Express. I did not realize they don't actually have a meal service, like a breakfast service, but probably it's too early. But thankfully the train staff offered us some snack and a bottle of Harrogate water, which is at least something you will be glad of. British Airways at Manchester Airport depart from Terminal 2, so that's a bit of a walk from the train station, and it's located for check-in counts at Section E. As I'm traveling in business class or Club Europe, you get priority check-in. Also with a fast-track security in Security East, not West.
because there are two security entrances at Manchester Airport Terminal 2. West is actually nearer to British Airways check-in counter, is literally next to it, but I have to go to the east one. And you also have a lounge access at Manchester Terminal 2. British Airways does not operate its own, so you will go to the designated one at Manchester Airport, which in this case I used the escape lounge because this morning you show your boarding pass and passport to the lounge staff and they will guide you to your seat. It's a la carte buffet service though, which you will get an array of cold, hot food and drink as well. I get like a British style breakfast one, drink. I get a cup of coffee and a mix of juices as well to start with, because I'm like a morning person, not into alcoholic yet. And also you get a priority boarding, because it's one world. They assign the boarding priorities according to groups. So for me, a business class Club Europe, it's classified as group 1. So once you board the aircraft, it's actually typical economy seat for British Airways, Airbus A320-200 business class. But the difference is they will actually block the middle seat. So so basically either window seat or aisle seat passenger will definitely get a spare space next to you. There is no pre-departure drink, but you do get a bottle of Harrigan water again before the meal, which is like a cold platter of mixed fruit with pastry, and it's actually a lemon mousse. It's actually quite refreshing. And drinks, I get myself a cup of tea with milk and sugar. So all in all, for this domestic flight down to the capital, it's pretty, I would say, typical service. Nothing really a highlight, but it's definitely a passable flight. So that's a wrap on today, January 23rd, Friday morning, flying on British Airways Airbus A320-200, registration number G-TTNR, flight number BA1359, from Manchester Airport Terminal 2 to London Heathrow Airport Terminal 5. My seat today is 7A, which is the second last row of the business class Club Europe cabin. Seat pitch or legroom, it's the same, well, except for emergency or first row passengers, but it's 29 inches of seat pitch, 17.7 inches of seat width. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the video by not only give a like to this video, but also subscribe to this channel and follow my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat and Twitter, so you guys won't miss out my transit time here at London Heathrow, and I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy the landing into the capital of the UK. See ya guys.
seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to do so, please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out, causing injury. You may now make and receive calls as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. Before you leave us today, please check that you have all your personal belongings, including anything you may have placed in your seat area during the flight. If your journey ends here at Heathrow, please follow the yellow signs for arrivals. If you are connecting onto another flight from Heathrow today, please check the information screens for your departing gate number. If this is not yet displayed, please follow the purple signs for flight connections. If you require any assistance here at Heathrow, please speak to our colleagues who will be happy to help. For those customers who have ordered assistance to leave the aircraft today, please remain seated until the aisle around you is clear and our crew will be on hand to assist you. On behalf of all of us on board and British Airways, I would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you and a very good morning to you all.